Good morning. I've got a new test wax from my good friends Cal's Beard Company out of Australia. Let me show you how I go from this to this. Good day, mate. All right, here we go. Clean, dry mustache, no oils or balms, as mustache wax is oil soluble. I like to use a hair dryer to dry and align the hairs. All right, it's dried and brushed. So I've used the Cal's mustache wax before. They sent me a package of some test wax to try out. Beard oil, beard butter, and the mustache wax. Break out my Chicago comb to align my hairs. Look at that. Gorgeous. All right, as I mentioned, at room temperature, you should be able to scrape it out. If it's a little bit firmer than that, run a hair dryer over it and soften it up so it's pliable between your fingers and coats them. I generally do one side at a time. That way I can take a look at the symmetry. I'm gonna start right here in the middle, adding the wax and making my way outward. And I will do that about 4 times. Pass number 2. You don't want your fingers to get too tacky. Wipe them off often. Pass 3. I call this method the pinch and slide because I'm pinching the hairs between my fingers and I'm sliding it out to coat the rest of the hairs. Pass number 4, from the center outward. And I say from center outward because throughout the day, your breathing here and here is going to start to loosen the hairs a little bit. So the more you put into the middle, the longer that mustache is going to help hold throughout the day without having to reapply wax. Easy. Even. That's the word you're looking for, Bob. Boop. I put 4 passes from the center going outward on this side. Nothing here yet. I'll take my comb, separate out the hair so that it's even on both sides. I'll start on this side, which allows this side to firm up a little bit. I changed the pliability of the wax by warming it between my fingers, and as it returns to room temperature, it's going to firm up. So then I'll make a final adjustment. Pass number 1, start in the middle again and make my way outward. Not bad for a single pass. Pass number 2. Pass number 3. Pass number 4. I call this stage 1. I'm doing a basic shaping, looking at how the mustache is kind of coming together to figure out what style I want to do. Do I want to comb it and do an English? Do I want to try to do a Hungarian? Do I want to do a closed curl? What is it telling me? What are you saying, little mustache? All right, so the break between stage 1 and stage 2, I give myself about 3 to 5 minutes. Let the wax firm up a little bit. Sometimes I run a comb through, as putting wax on like this, I'm not getting much in here. Combing it spreads the wax, and then I put it back together and finish. So now, another step I think I'm going to do in order to really test out the wax is how well a comb passes through it. That's why I like mustache waxes. It allows you to make adjustments throughout the day versus things like hairsprays. I'm gonna take this big old Chicago comb the wax and spread it. So I did stage 1, 4 passes each side, gave it 5 minutes, ran a comb through to spread the wax between the hairs. I think I'm going to do in English, so now I'm just going to add a little bit in tiny layers across until I am satisfied. Just a little bit to go through, make it symmetrical as best I can. It's all right. A lot of times it's not symmetrical. Nobody really notices but me. A bit more on this side. I don't rub the wax as much. I want it to be a little more tacky than stage 1. A little extra through here. A little push down, a little pull. As I mentioned, the place that it's going to get loose first, most likely, is through this region from your breathing. The moist, warm air that you're breathing can loosen up some of these hairs. This is where you're most likely to snag it while drinking. Rub the wax a little bit, a little extra right there in the middle. Pinch it, pinch, pinch. That can go a long way to help keep it from falling apart. 3, 2, 1. What do you think? I think I'm all done. This was a test wax from Cowles Beard Company out of Australia. I went with a clean dry mustache, 4 passes on stage 1 each side from center outward. I waited 5 minutes. I combed it to spread the wax. And then for stage 2, just added a tiny bit more to finish it up. So that's a wrap. I got to get out of here. The test wax was from Cowles out of Australia. The mustache comb was from Chicago Comb Company.